Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Fate Strange Fake episode number 2 reaction. Alright, episode number 1 I already reacted to when it came out. The sneak peek that is, you know, not sneak peek but the episode 0, that 1 hour long episode that we got before. That I've also reacted to when it came out. So obviously I'm not repeating that. So episode number 2, here's where we properly begin. I'll link the videos, the other two videos reactions in the description box. If you haven't watched it, it's already there on my channel. But yeah, let's begin. I'm looking forward to this very much after so long, after so much stalling and what not we went through. Everyone speculating this to be like a monthly release, and there were some people who were saying that it will be a yearly release. So yeah, right, finally we have weekly release. So let's see what happens. Yeah, as far as I can remember, yeah, the Saber, I'm not bringing up his name, I don't think he has revealed his name still, um has gotten arrested. First time we've seen a servant getting arrested. And anyways, let's see how this proceeds. So let's begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is the preference. Let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh my god. Well, which drugstore did you? No. Wait, he's right. Okay. Right. Hmm. Other history. Hmm. Yeah. Well, we saw that. Damn. Hmm. Oh yeah. This bro. Wow. He just wants food and, well, there was that one dude, that priest guy. Oh my god. Yeah, Gilgamesh? Oh yeah, opening. Okay, we haven't heard the opening. First time. Okay. Gilgamesh just winning. Wait, oh yeah. Oh my god. Ah, flat. And then we have that girl. Okay. Ayo! Oh my god, Gilgamesh with his. Oh my. Oh, Zelrek. And then we have obviously this guy. Enkidu, Gilgamesh. Oh my god. There's a few characters that I can not recognize, but. Right. Okay, that was good. What? Wait, isn't that girl one of the priests, Squattred? All right, here we go. This Sir Gilgamesh. He's like, yeah, that's me, so I'm here. Damn. Well, he's not wrong. Yeah, alright. Also use him to populate. Merely the words of a puppet. He's like, I don't want my master to be a puppet. Enkidu. Hmm. Bruh. Oh my god, the priest is here. Yo. Is it gonna fall on red or something? That'll be hilarious. Oh no, okay. Oh, it's a Gilgamesh. Yeah, you took his. He's not happy. Wow, he knows. Yo. Well, obviously, he's more of a. He's the. Hansa. Supervisor, yeah. That's why he knows the name. Oh, Lord. Yeah, it was someone else. Bruh. He's like, oh, well, you never know. Yo, this guy, he's exposing everything. What about the whole magecraft should be kept a secret and like just he went into spirit form. Well, yeah, I can destroy this place just like I did the opera house, you know. Wow. Yeah. I was gonna say they need to be taken care of, otherwise it'll be a problem. Oh, supervisor. What was his name? Ansa or something? Okay, why is this? Isn't this supposed to be that red devil from Mahoyo? Like, I, I'm forgetting. It's been a while I've read Mahoyo. You know, the whole thing. Yeah, obviously. Well, you're stuck here otherwise. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Bruh. Well, you're not. Yeah. Hmm. Connected with you instead of the major. Wait. Oh, I see. Yeah, because that guy was. Okay, I'll need to come back to this part and reread this part again. Because her hand touched the summoning circle at the end. Bruh. Well, in this. Yeah. They won't listen to you. Yeah. Mm. Well, people who play FGO will know who he is. And people who have read the light novel, obviously. Ayaka Sajio, right? Oh, the police chief is here. Bruh. Yeah, we know you're a master. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Clan Kalatin. I think he mentioned it in the very beginning. Um, the ones related to Kuhulin. Hmm. Right. I was gonna say this might be a trap. Damn. Yeah, everyone's gone. Yeah. Wait, they're just the quartet is just. Oh. Um. It's the chief. Yeah. Is Castor calling? I was gonna say. Yeah. I was gonna say. Oh, something's heading. Oh wait, it's assassin. No, not from the top. Yeah, it's her, the one related to the old man of the mountain. We still don't know her identity proper. Oh, yep. Oh my god. Oh, yep. Magecraft. Yep, Magic and Magecraft are different. Extremely different. Alright, let's go. I don't think so. What? What? Spirits? Yep. I think he's talking to the. Oh, damn. Oh, right. Yeah, these are all from those guys, the clan Kalatin. All of them has like power comparable to a noble phantasm. Oh no, she's also from. Damn. Oh. Yeah. Ah, nice. Yep. Whoa, wait, are those all. Wait, those are all FGO monsters. You. Bruh. I fought all of these in FGO. Oh my god. Yeah, this assassin is crazy. Oh, yeah, this is not okay. I was gonna say, an assassin, like. Okay, why is she going and like beefing with everyone then? Ah, that's why. What the? Oh, there he is. What was his name? Well, he was the one. Oh, what the? Why is there no blood? Oh, yeah, I don't think these are going to. Whoa. Right. Ah, yeah. What is this guy? Okay, wait a minute. He's like, shut up, wait a minute, didn't I kill you? Jester Karute. Katu. Oh, he's a dead boss. I was wondering, how the hell is he doing all of this? Alright. Bruh. Okay. Yeah. Alright, bro. Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, well. Oh, damn. He's like, I'm gonna fight you guys now. Yeah, I don't think you can. But he's stronger than. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be different. But we have Saber here. Invaluableness. Mm. Oh, God. Way he's holding it. Nah, nah, Saber is coming. I feel like Saber is going to, like, interfere here. Otherwise, there's nobody else to. Or will he be able to? Okay, let's see. Wait, Gilgamesh? Oh no, never mind. That voice. For a moment, I was like, it's Gilgamesh. Never mind. It's a. Okay. Wait, what? That's funny. Yeah, what ending is this? What type of carnival phantasm ending? After all of that? Oh my god. Yo. Yeah. Crazy to see Gilgamesh laughing like this. Wait, what? Is that a horse? Oh, there's that character in the behind of the girl. I think that's her summoned servant. She's not holding his hand. Assassin is not holding his hand. Oh lord. Wait, what? Oh. Okay. Right. Okay, that's it. That was great. Oh my god, episode 2 was crazy. Alright, now let me discuss a few things. Obviously, I will. Uh, I I don't know how many people know of Saber's identity, but I'm guessing people who don't play Fate Grand Order, people who haven't read the light novel, people who are new to the Fate franchise, or Strange Fake in itself will have no idea who Saber is. Here you can see people are thinking that he's Arthur Pendragon, but obviously it is pretty obvious that he's not. It's someone kind of connected. Now, here, there's been a lot of times I almost like slipped up and I was going to reveal his true name, but unless and until he does it, I'm going to try to keep it to myself. Um, but yeah, so we have Saber here who got summoned. Because now I need to read this part first and foremost. He talks about how he, even though he and Ayaka are not master servant, um, because of that situation where her hand, when they were summoning, him, the guy who was summoning him died because of assassin mid summoning. By that time, as far as I can remember, he has completed the incantation, and Ayaka's hand. Ayaka was also praying, like, something. I forgot what she was praying for. But that's when her command spell started glowing. Her hand fell on the summoning circle, and that's how she ended up getting connected to um, Saber. So I think he explains it here. I'm gonna need to read this part. Just a minute. I think it's because of the spell planted within your tattoo. Okay, it seems, but it seems a magical energy path has been connected with you instead of the mage that originally had the command spells. Oh no, wait, just a minute. Spell planted within your tattoo. It seems a magical energy path has been connected with you instead of the mage that originally had the command spell. Oh, so he's talking about that girl we saw, the Einsburn girl. Because I'm guessing it was her who connected, like the magic circuit with her has been connected with you instead of the mage that originally had the command spells. So these are not her command spells. You can I'm guessing this is what that proves here. That Einsburn girl sent her to, I guess, fight this battle, and so she's the original master, I'm assuming. But technically, because uh like, because yeah, okay, so I see. So he's saying technically it's not you, but at the same time I'm connected with you now, so we are master and servant. Right. In other words, we may not be in a master servant relationship, but we do share the same fate. Yeah, okay. Right, so he's saying technically they're not master servant, so I'm guessing the original master here is that Einsburn girl. Again, I'm just assuming that the Einsburn girl is the one who is supposed to be the master. It might be someone else, but I'm guessing because she was thinking in her past there was someone who was telling her to go and do this thing, to fight the war and all that. I'm guessing that was that Einsburn homunculus who was saying that we saw. I think she came here. She was like walking through the streets, as you can see. Where's that part? Uh, just a minute. I cannot find it. Anyways, I cannot find it now. But you can see she was like walking down the streets, and obviously it's pretty like easy to spot an Einsburn like homunculus. It's just white hair, red eyes, you know, just yeah. So I guess that's what's happening here. Anyways, I'm guessing we're going to get better explanation later. But as this is how Richard explains it. Now, okay, so now let me talk about a few things. First and foremost, we have Ayaka and Saber being. Oh, there you go. I found that section where the Einstein girl was there. Okay, she hasn't. She looks like Karma. I guess it makes sense. Like, Karma from Fate Grand Order. Like, um, with the red eyes, white hair. Just a minute. Let me just look at her again. Okay, so the chief of the police, Orlando or something like that was his name. He guessed that, oh yeah, it is one of the Einsteins who sent Ayaka. There's intel that one of their homunculi has entered Snowfield. There you go. So yeah, this is her. Yeah, she looks extremely like Karma, like literally white hair, red eyes. Yeah. Wow. I never thought I would like, like, because usually Einstein's like, like we've seen a few Einsteins like, Ilya, Iris Veil and all that. She obviously her hair is white, red eyes, those are the same, but her facial structure and everything, she literally looks like Kama. That's crazy. Anyways, right. So yeah, where was I? Okay, yeah. So these guys have been taken in for questioning. Richard and what's her name, Ayaka, and we have Gilgamesh in the casino because obviously he's the richest. He wants to go to a place where the rich people are there, but Gilgamesh is not happy with the casino. He's like, oh, okay, so this is the place where the rich and powerful come. Um, and then we have the priest. What was his name? Ansa or something like that, coming in and literally using Gilgamesh's luck to win. We have Saber showing some tricks to the police officers, and the police officers like, what the hell? Oh lord. We have Ayaka having visions from her past. Playing. God damn it, I need to censor this part. I just revealed his name. Saber giving Ayaka a visit. I think this is going to happen multiple times from here onwards. I'm just going to reveal his name. Right. Yeah, Saber giving Ayaka a visit and talking to him, talking to her, telling her about the situation. And then we have Hansa facing off against, or was going to face off against the police chief, but then Assassin comes in, and we see police chief just bringing out like monsters and like like so like all of those monsters are from FGO, like their character designs at least. That's funny. um and then finally we have Jester, I think that was his name, a true ancestor, coming here and giving this place a visit. Now true ancestors are vampires here. Like, to understand the concept a better, okay, so for people who do not know about any of these, I'm guessing, what, let me just bring up the true ancestor wiki page, because I do know about true ancestors, but I technically haven't really played the Tsukihime remake still. Over there it is explained a lot better, so I cannot really properly explain as much as I could for people who have probably played Tsukihime and all that. I do have a very good concept about magic and magecraft because of Mahoyo, but I need to play Tsukihime remake to properly understand the true nature of, like, like true ancestors and all of this. Okay, so unique existence even among the vampires. The true ancestors are incarnated nature spirits being classified as elementals, said to be original bus-sucking species, independently established by the planet as its sense of touch. elemental royalty. The true ancestors are vampiric creatures from birth. However, unlike the dead apostles and other blood-sucking species, wait, he's a true ancestor, right? Or is he a dead apostle? Wait a minute. Yeah, he's a true ancestor. Right. A blood-sucking spirit. The root of the bloodlust is psychological rather than physical. Also, because they're part of nature, they can use the power of moral phantasm to change the world around them according to their thoughts. True ancestors can be classified as a type of a greater fairy, and their foundation is of mystery that cannot be reached through magecraft. They're said to be planet-class spirit, a rank higher than divine spirits, as they receive backup from the planet. It can be said that the limits of the actions and limits of nature itself. Yeah, so it's a very big deal. You need to understand. So, right. So that is Jester. I was wondering when he was just going and just defeating everything and just like snapping his fingers and doing crazy stuff. I was like, what the hell is this guy? What is going on? Yeah, it makes sense since he's a true ancestor. Yeah. And then at the end, we have the priest come in and interfere. So that's what's going on over here. Now, that's the summary of this episode. Now, let me talk about a few things that I found interesting. First and foremost, Ayaka is seeing a red okay, so a red what do you call it, like hooded like mysterious being in her, like, memory. So as far as I can remember, that obviously it was one of those things in Mahoyo. Let me check. Red raincoat Mahoyo. So it's been a while. When I played Mahoyo, I realized, like, and they would kind of explain what that was, but I'm forgetting what that creature was. Like, who always kind of like followed like Aoko or something like that. I need to replay Mahoyo again. It's been a while. Wait a minute. Anyways, I cannot find it. Anyways, but there was a creature like that, exactly looking the same in Mahoyo as well, Mahoutsukai no Yoru, which I think was somehow connected. And they did explain like the nature of that, what that thing was. It was something connected to Aoko, I think, or something like related to something. I'm forgetting, but that was exactly what Ayaka was seeing behind her. That red, like raincoat, like red hooded creature behind her. So that's interesting. That was one thing I found interesting in this episode. um and then obviously a lot of other stuff, a lot of other small little references, I guess you could say, um you can find here. Like I said, the characters, the monsters from FGO, the character designs, at least. We had we got to see a true ancestor. A lot of noble phantasms we saw. Police Chief Orlando, right? He and his clan Kalatin, each of them has power comparable to a noble phantasm. But as Jester said, that the matchup is very bad because technically, okay, where's that part? He explains it here. Here it is. Okay, so he makes assassin just leave using his command spell, and then he explains why the matchup is incompatible. So I'm gonna read this part again. Okay, so don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm more powerful than a heroic spirit. Okay, after all, a heroic spirit is something that affirms human history. It protects the rules of the human world. However, we dead apostles deny human history in itself. We've existed in violation of all your rules. Oh no, he's a okay, yeah. We've existed in violation to all your rules, right? is simply an issue of compatibility. Of course, it'll be a different story even when the same noble phantasm, if a servant were the one wielding it. I can see that because obviously, like, heroic spirits are like the beings that this is like more of a imitation, I guess you could say. So, do you know what you're lacking? And as he says something along the lines of like uniqueness or something. Yeah, invaluableness. You have not one bit of faith in a higher being, not in gods or even in heroic spirits. On top of that, you don't believe in your power. That's why you use tools, as he says. You know, um, there's no invaluableness in that. I cannot teach you the concept of invaluableness. I can teach you. Yeah, okay. So he then talks about other stuff. Right. So there you go. So that is why it was like, I guess they were like incompatible. Now, just a minute. Another thing I need to recheck. Just a minute. Okay, I haven't introduced myself. Oh, my beloved. Yeah, well, just a cartoon. Okay, so just a minute. Okay, I misread this. Not misread, but I Wait a minute. Okay, so he's not a true ancestor. Okay, what the hell? Why did I think that he was a true ancestor? I was thinking, I was like, why? How? This is kind of because true ancestors are crazy. Like when he was saying that he cannot go against heroic spirits, I was like, wait, shouldn't a true ancestor be as strong? Okay, so dead apostle. Alright, so there you go. I just automatically assumed he's a true answer. Never mind. I completely misunderstood that part or misread that part or something happened. Okay. Dead apostles are humans that become vampires either by use of magecraft or by the actions of another vampire similar in nature. In this case, either a true ancestor or another dead apostle. There you go. So dead apostles also includes creatures that weren't vampires from the beginning, such as animals. Among the creatures that fall under the vampire category, they are more numerous. Yeah, dead. Okay, thank God. I was like, how in the hell? I don't know what happened. I just misread that part, I think. Or I just misheard? I'm not sure. But I just automatically jumped onto true ancestors. True ancestors are a completely different type of a, like, a different like power level, I guess. I was wondering, I was like, damn, true ancestor, that's crazy. But no, the dead apostle. Main targets of the executor of the burial agency. You know, we have one executor here, kind of. An organization created for the purpose of stopping and spreading of the heresy known as vampires by exterminating the dead apostle, killing the 27 dead apostle ancestor. Yeah, all these things. I've forgotten all of these things. These are all in Tsukihime. When I read Tsukihime for the very first time in 2015 or something, I think I read all of these. And I had no clue. I was completely new to Type Moon. So everything went over my head. And now I've forgotten all of that things. I still haven't read Tsukihime Remake. I'm waiting for the second part of the Tsukihime Remake to come out so that I can finally start investing time on the first one. But it's not coming out. Nobody knows when it's going to come out. Anyways, I went on a tangent. But yeah, that's a dead apostle. Not a true ancestor. Good lord. Right. Okay, anyways, yeah, dead apostle makes sense. He's, like, yeah. Anyways, we'll deal with this guy later. I guess next episode. Or the priest is going to have like a tussle with him. I guess Richard is also here, so I'm guessing he might get involved here as well, or who knows? He might just sneak out. But we'll see. We'll see where this goes. Okay, now a few other things to talk about here. First and foremost, we have Gilgamesh. Now, Gilgamesh hasn't really done anything in today's episode. He was just there in the casino, just talking about how great he is, and just playing a game of, what was that? Poker or something? What was he playing? I don't know, whatever the hell he was playing. Oh no, I think he was playing roulette. Oh, anyways, whatever hell it was. Um, and yeah, so he was just there chilling. A few things he told. What was her name? Tine or something. What was the girl's name? Tina? No, wait. Okay, Tine. Okay, that's her name. Tine Shelk. Shelk. Okay, so he obviously is way more interested in this Holy Grail war than not Holy Grail war, this fake Grail war than before, because before he didn't know that Enkidu was here. Now after confirming that Enkidu is here, he's actually interested in this now. So that's why he's a lot more proactive, I guess you could say, because in in that 1 hour episode, if you remember, before realizing before Enkidu got summoned, he said something along the lines of that, oh, I'm just going to go in disguise and just chill. Don't call me unless there's a worthy opponent for me. And then Enkidu ended up getting summoned by that wolf, and Gilgamesh was like, wait, this changes everything. And he just gave the portion of elixir of youth to Tine and just went off to go and meet Enkidu. So now that Enkidu is here, he's actually a lot more interested in this, and he's going to actually proactively participate, I guess. Um, that's why he's like, yeah, since Enkidu is here, since my friend is here, I'm going to actually do something. So if since you're technically my master, you should not like act like this. Someone like me, I'm your servant, and so my master shouldn't be like this. Now, this is pretty funny. I remember seeing a few reactions of the first 1 hour of Face Strange Fake, that one of other reactors, and I saw a few people like who are not really that much into Fate, like, and who just watched like Fate Stay Night and all that, being like, oh damn, this Gilgamesh guy is here. That's pretty hilarious because I realized the amount of contempt they had for Gilgamesh. But as someone who has been consuming this media for so long, Type Moon like stuff, and who have obviously watched Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, played Fate Grand Order, seen so many different aspects of Gilgamesh, you know, now, and I don't really have any type of contempt for Gilgamesh because technically he is like Gilgamesh is such an interesting character in a way where he is someone who is obviously like extremely prideful, narcissistic, like has a god complex, and like so many like negative things you can just put on his name. And yeah, that is literally Gilgamesh. But at the end of the day, I guess in a way he is someone who respects other people, who who's worthy of respect. Like, but his bar is like extremely high, you know, and and I remember there was like a lot of places where I also read that Gilgamesh, in a lot of ways, Gilgamesh hates human beings who are just like petty, like who are like who has like a lot of what can I say negative traits, which makes him like kind of disdain humanity in a way, you know. But for the correct person and the correct people, he is going to show you that respect, and a very few amount of people have been able to get that from him. I think Iskander was able to get that from him. At the end, he didn't show that amount of respect or thing like that part of like that like what do you call it, like acknowledgement to Artoria though, because Artoria's whole logic of what a king is was flawed beyond like beyond like a lot. So he kind of, I guess you could say, looked in a more pitiful way towards Artoria, and something like that. It was shown in Fate Zero. Like as a king, Artoria was obviously a good king, but at the same time, she had a lot of like things going on with her own like morals and logic about what a king should be and how a king should just sacrifice everything for their people, while Iskandar and Gilgamesh had a very different concept of what a king should be. Like, so, all these things. So I guess in a way you could say very few people have been able to get to that position where Gilgamesh actually looks towards you, like on the same height. One of them was Iskandar. Enkidu is obviously someone who went way beyond that, because he considers Enkidu as a true friend, which there's nobody else in this world who he considers a true friend as much as he does for Enkidu. And, so that's the thing with Gilgamesh. So, if you just see Fate Strange, Fate Stay Night, obviously you're gonna hate Gilgamesh. I hated Gilgamesh as well for so long. Like I remember just when I watched Fate Stay Night myself, like Gilgamesh was the worst character. I put him on the same pedestal as Shinji. And then little by little, after consuming more Fate content and watching playing Fate Grand Order and everything, I realized and I understood what Gilgamesh actually is. And now he's one of my favorite characters because of that. Like he has a very distinct personality, and it's something really. And I've heard in Fate Strange Fate he shows this version of Gilgamesh, the more I guess you could say morally, like what is that word? The more morally correct Gilgamesh. Like he's way more honorable here, as far as I've heard. I don't know. I've heard this. So we're going to see the best version, one of the best versions of Gilgamesh here, which is definitely going to surprise a lot of people who have only watched Fate Stay Night, and they'll be like, "What the hell? Like, damn, Gilgamesh here is a lot better, right?" That will be their exclamation for Gilgamesh here. So it's pretty funny because I saw a few reactors being thoroughly disgusted with Gilgamesh, and I'm like, what? That's crazy. This is just me. Like 10 years ago when I just watched Fate Stay Night, I absolutely hated his existence. And like I said, I put him on the same stage as Shinji, which is crazy. Shinji's the lowest of the low in Fate, right? So yeah. Anyways, yeah, so I was talking about Gilgamesh for a while, but let's wait and see. Like, this Gilgamesh is going to be very different from a lot of people, because not only that, Enkidu is here, so I feel like he'll be his best version in this, since Enkidu is here himself. So, right. Anyways, so yeah, so the Gilgamesh was then, like over there, so that in casino and all that. Now let's talk about Saber. So Saber here is someone who is connected to Arthur Pendragon, and yeah, like police chief. He kind of, he was talking about that, but they think that he's Arthur Pendragon himself, right? But obviously that's not the case. Like, you'll get to know why he is so connected to Arthur. I've played FGO, like I kind of know his original name because of that, and I also do know the nature of his noble phantasm. It's a very interesting concept. I saw his noble phantasm in FGO, and I immediately realized what it is, like what his noble phantasm actually does. Like, it's a very interesting concept, and I'm looking forward to when they reveal it properly here. Like, they have shown him using Excalibur, but there's still one secret connected to his noble phantasm, is like, how he manifests his noble phantasm. So, I'm looking forward to that when they'll reveal that here, or how they're going to reveal that. But anyways, um, right, and then as Saber says, like he and Ayak are kind of connected now. So, he says that he'll take care of her and all that. Right. Okay. Now, what else was there? Oh, let's talk about Caster here. Caster, I still don't know who he is, but obviously, I'm guessing he's some sort of an author. Like, because he is talking about, like, he himself said, right? Like, it is the work of an author to completely change, like, the narrative or something like that, he was saying. So I guess he can, like, create these, the clan Calatin as we saw. So I still don't exactly understand what his power is supposed to be, but I'm guessing we'll get to know it little by little. But one thing pretty obvious, he's the one behind the clan Kala team, like the formation of that, and he does something with his power, like some sort of a, like, something to do all of this. um it seems like he has some sort of clairvoyance or something related to that. And yeah, like he's more of a support character, I guess, in a way you could say, like the one behind the, like the thing. And I don't exactly know what author. I'm guessing his actual identity is some kind of an author. Like the only author in Fate I can think of, the only authors, or like, like people who read stories I can think of, are characters like Shakespeare, Hans Christian Andersen, who else? Obviously, like people like Murasaki Shikibu, these are all from FGO. Sei Shonagon, Bakin, who else? All these characters like these. Were there any other? There are a lot of authors in FGO. It's just, like, cannot really remember currently. Or it's not coming to my head. But, characters like these. I'm guessing if he is another, like, author like that, or something along those lines. We'll see. Yeah. Now, Assassin, she is connected to the old man of the mountain. However, we don't know exactly how she's connected. So, let's wait and see. Um, she is here. She wanted to, like, destroy this Holy Grail war. So this fake Grail war herself. That's why she was, like, beefing with everyone, just coming and attacking everyone, as you saw. But like, we had Jester come in and literally use his command spell to just transport her somewhere else completely. Yeah, and there you go. That's what happened. Right, and I think that was it. Was there anything else in today's episode? No, that was it. That's what we saw today. And yeah, you know what? I guess Saber's end Noble Phantasm is kind of hinted in the opening in itself. Yeah, the opening hints Saber's Noble Phantasm, like what its nature is. Okay, you know what? I still haven't watched the opening scene by scene. Let me do that. Just a minute. I've completed the discussion for today's episode. We'll see what happens later. Let me scene by scene look at the opening again. Just a minute. Okay, so at the beginning we have like things like Ia, like a bullet, the candy, um, a few other like things we're seeing here. Um, Obviously, I'm not showing the picture because of copyright, but I'm going through the opening now. So then we have, damn it, we have Saber and Ayaka walking. Oh god, I revealed his name again 2 times this episode, this video. And Ayaka walking, like crossing the street. Then we have Tine, right? Yeah, a Gilgamesh in the casino. Then we have this character. Now I've seen this character before. I think he's going to be like allying with us, like Ayaka and Saber, as like there was like a trailer I saw. Then we have the police chief Orlando buying newspaper. We have Caster buying books, I guess, and food. And then we have Enkidu and the wolf. We have Flat, and there's Jack the Ripper Berserker somewhere with him. Oh, in his watch, I forgot. Okay, so then we have this character here. This is the assassin. We have the two couple, the family of three, that little girl, and the servant, whatever servant she summoned. We still don't know the true identity of that servant, but I'm guessing from the looks of it, is he a rider? I'm guessing he's a rider, right? Because that's the only thing that's left, I think. And then we have Francesca. That's Francesca, right? That's her name? Yeah. Um, okay, yeah, Francesca. Then we have what's his name? What's this guy's name? The the guy who's connected with, I've forgotten, with the police. And then we have something into going into the, yeah, going into the floor. We have Jester, and then we have Ayaka, and then Saber. Gilgamesh on his I forgot what he calls it, the big transportation that he, like, always goes on. That's crazy. He like he summoned it here. And Saber fighting against him. We have Clan Kalatin, chief of the police. We have Caster writing a story or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty sure, obviously he's an author. Then we have Jester, that kid. Okay, there are a few new characters here. I'm trying to find them. Oh, this part is funny. Like the assassin tries to kill, tries to get him, but he just grabs her hand. Okay, this character here on the horse. I've seen her before, and obviously I don't know her true identity or what she is or how she's involved in any of this, but she has a very cool character design. There's some kind of a mecha we have. Then we have like the priest and the quartet. Then we have this thing. What the hell is this? Like some weird ass looking monsters? I have no idea. This guy with a hat and a cane. And then we have another character who looks like Francesca. Who's that? That's a new character. Yeah, I have no idea who that is. Anyways, then we have this thing on the sky. Oh, is that a whale? Yeah, a whale. It has something on his mouth and it has wings. And oh, okay, here we go. This part. We see here only one character I can recognize from here, Zeller at the middle. And then there's a few other characters on his left and right. I have no idea who they are. I guess we'll get to know later. Okay, this part heavily hints what sort of noble phantasm Saber has. So Saber has a stick, you know. Okay, it's literally revealed here what the nature of his noble phantasm is. Anyways, and then we have Gilgamesh, Enkidu. We have that girl, the Ainsburn girl, right? Oh damn, who's this? This is like an archer. Right. Oh, I think I've read this somewhere. I've seen other people talking about this. They say like apparently in Face Strange Fake, there's an archer who's actually Heracles. Is that him? Is that Heracles in his archer form? That is so cool. Oh my god. Okay, wait, who the hell is that? Just a minute. There's a few characters here who just. Who was in that mecha? Who the hell is that? Uh, what? I've never seen this character before. She looks like yellow hair. She looks like Rhinus. And then we have this bro with the gun. And then we have, okay, who the hell is this? This is not that. It looks like that girl from Ainsburn, but this is not her. Oh, I see. Okay, I can deduce a few things from here. Okay, this is probably Ishtar. Like, I know Ishtar is here. Like, I was trying to think who is Ishtar, but I guess this makes sense. Her facial structure looks a lot like Rin, but her hair color and red eyes is more like the Ainsburn. Or like I said, she's a weird look. Her face is a weird mixture of Kama and like and Rin, Tosaka Rin. So, the hair and eyes are like Kama. Face is like Rin. That's Rin's face, kind of, I guess. If you just give her like two ponytails or whatever, like Rin's hairstyle, she'll look like Rin. But I don't think that's, like, I don't think she's using Rin's like body as a vessel here, because Rin actually exists in this world. We've seen that, in Waver's background, we had a picture where we had Rin, Rhinus, Flat, and who else was there? There was another Gray. Was Gray there? I don't remember. And obviously Waver himself was there. Like these characters were there. Oh no, there was another character who was in El Meloy, like that anime. I've forgotten that anime completely. Okay, so yeah, then again we see this character here. I'm guessing she's also a rider. No, wait. Oh wait, if she's a rider, then okay, wait a minute. I just realized something. If if uh if that character is Archer, the one who, like I said, is probably Heracles, then what is Gilgamesh? Isn't Gilgamesh also an archer? And then, like I said, I deduced that that little girl's servant is supposed to be a rider. But then, if who's this girl? Then I'm guessing this girl is also a rider. You know what? There are more servants here than usual seven. So I think there's something going on here. Like there's not seven servants. There's way more than that. So let's wait and see. Yeah, then we have Waver, Flat, and finally we have Saber and Ayaka. Okay, and there you go. Alright, you know what? Let me think. First and foremost, we have Saber. Archer, I think it's Gilgamesh. Um, then we have Lancer. Enkidu, I guess. That's the only thing I can think of, because Enkidu is supposed to be a Lancer. Then we have Assassin being that girl, one connected to the old man. Rider being like that little girl, her summoned servant is a rider, I'm assuming, from Process of Elimination. And then we have Caster, who is connected with the police chief. We have Berserker, who's Jack the Ripper, summoned by Flat. And then, yeah, that's it. Those are the classes. Right, and like I said, there's a lot more servants than that if you think about it like that, because we're seeing a few in the opening in itself. So yeah, let's wait and see who they are and how do they fit in this Grail war. Okay, and there you go. So that was me looking at the opening properly. Um, right. Okay, and there you go. So that is it, guys. That was my reaction to Fate Strange Fake episode number 2. Great episode. I'm looking forward to the upcoming ones. Oh, this is good. I'm yeah, I'm loving this. So yeah. So that is it. Thanks for watching. This was my reaction to Fate Strange Fake episode number 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.